Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to today's class. Today we'll be talking about few things we did not discuss the last time we had class because I said we were going to have the second class after that. So today we are rounding off with this. So we'll start off with Nelson Precious Oyini, and we are starting up today with your growth, maintenance, and product guide. So according to this, health healthy scalp treatment. A healthy scalp is the foundation of hair growth. When your scalp is clean, nourished, and free from buildups and irritations, and hair follicles can thrive. So when someone says your hair is healthy, or when you're trying to attain a healthy hair, it simply means that your hair has to be neat, cleaned up in terms of washing, and nourished, and also free from build-ups from products or something like your edge control, hair cream, and stuff. And then a healthy scalp also help the hair to grow and look healthy. So key steps to treating and maintaining a healthy scalp. First one is regular cleansing, which I mentioned in the last class. You make use of your mouth sulfate-free shampoo and a cleansing conditioner every 7 to 4 days to remove sweat, dirt, and product buildup. So we are not only washing our hair just because we want to wash away the dirt. We also want to wash away the sweat and buildups in our scalp. So this is the first step when you think about maintaining a healthy scalp treatment. So the next one is scalp exfoliation. This one you do that at least 1 to 2 times every month. Okay, it's very necessary. The use of gentle scrubs or natural exfoliants like brown sugar, clays mixture, a mixture like sugar plus oil mix to remove dry skin from the scalp, the dry skin cells. So the third one is oil treatment and massage. The main use of oil such as aloe vera or infused hair growth oil on the scalp and massage for like 10 to 15, 5 to 10 minutes. So I mentioned about this massage earlier on our last class that it helps the flow of blood on our scalp. So it's very necessary when you think of a healthy scalp, you want to achieve or attain a healthy hair treatment, a healthy hair, you need oil massage, oil treatment. Sometimes it comes first, which I mentioned earlier as pre-po. The first step you will do, the first step you take before washing your hair. And this can be done by applying oil, maybe heat up your oil a bit to a lukewarm, a room temperature, and then apply it on your hair. Cover it with a bonnet or wrap it up with a nylon material, and then leave it to sit for like 15 minutes or 20 before you wash off the treatment. Or maybe you use it as a massage. That's why I have here oil treatment and massage. So this one is also important in achieving a healthy hair growth. Another one is avoiding product overload. Making use of plenty product on your hair, it's not also necessary because it causes flakes. You know that part of your hair when you try to comb your hair and you find out that there are some dry stuffs on the scalp of your hair aside dandruff. So it causes flakes and dandruff. So keep care your scalp care light and breathable. So it's not because we're talking about hair products, hair growth and stuff. Then when you find a suitable product for your hair, you apply almost everything on your hair. So you need to take it easy. Don't apply plenty of hair product because it will cause what build-ups and it's not good for the scalp. The fifth one is staying hydrated. Very important, and eat well. So it contributes as well. What we eat and take into our system contributes to how well our hair grow. So some of the things we need to be eating, that we need to take enough water, eat iron rich food, protein rich foods, and to nourish from within. Okay. So then we go on with the edge care. This is very necessary. Most people complain about their edges, but they don't take cautions on what they do pertaining their edges. The hairlines are very fragile. The front and the back hair are very, very fragile, so they need extra care to avoid breakage, thinning, and traction alopecia. So your edges are also like the most delicate part of your hair. So you have to take these cautions. The tips on how to take care of these edges are to avoid tight braids. Very important. Avoid tight braids. This is not telling you not to make braids, but when it's tight, it's not healthy for a healthy hair growth. So avoid braids that are tight. Ponytails, you can make your ponytails, but don't do it more often, because that thing or that hairstyle is not healthy for your hair growth, because it pulls up your hair from the follicles. And again, wigs that pulls too tightly can weaken your hairline. So dear lovelies, go for a looser hairstyles and give your edges break. The next one is use lightweight oil. I think I mentioned it in the last class about lightweight oils. Apply oils like almond oil, infused hair growth oil gently along your hairline 3 to 4 times a week to nourish and strengthen. So these oils are very important. Okay, and you can get this oil at our store if you need them. Just say something on the comments in the comment section so that I can send you the link. So if you want this oil, it's available at Oni's Naturals, both on Facebook, Instagram, and on our bumper app. Okay, so the third one, let's continue with the class. The third one is no brushing or slicking excessively. This mostly happens when we are putting on hairstyles like ponytails. So constant brushing and applying edge control, very important, can stress the area. If you use edge gel, clean it off daily and moisturize afterward. I need to emphasize on this because most of us don't know that edge controls need to be cleaned or washed off after the whole egg, like after applying it for the day. Feels like applying it, if you notice, it acts like a gel. So it dries up the hair strands. And if you leave it for a longer time, it might easily break off, and that is what is causing your edges to break up. So what you need to do after applying your edge control and you're done for the day, come back to the house, use a clean water, wash it off, and then apply oil on that edges or any moisturizing water-based cream. Very important. The next one is massage gently. Okay, we mentioned that earlier. Stimulates growth like light fingertip massage is important. Then protect at night. Wear a satin bonnet or scarf that doesn't rub or slide against your edges while sleeping. Okay, make use of bonnet at night. Then go on to protective styling. What are those protective stylings? Protective hairstyle that keeps our ends tucked away from and reduce manipulations. So we are going to mention them. Examples are our braids, but not too tight braids. We have twists, we have cornrows. Mind you, these cornrows are not supposed to be too tight. So that's why it's good to always communicate with your hairstylist whenever you're having issues or when you feel like the braid is tight on you. Make sure you talk to her because it's your hair and you're going to be the one to lose most of your hair at the end of the day. So make sure you always communicate and talk to your stylist when you feel like your braid is tight. It's not healthy. So wigs are also a protective styles on well care. This is very important. Most of us wear wig and assume that that is the end of it. We make use of different types of wig every day, but then without knowing that your hair needs to be treated properly. If you're on a cornrow and you decide to wear wig for the whole month or for the next 6 months, what you need to know is that you need to always wash, cleanse and moisturize your hair at least once or twice a month. 2 weeks is also advisable, not every day, but because it's tucked in, you need to protect it and leave it clean. Okay, that is very, very necessary. Then buns are also a protective hairstyle for my natural girlies. So the next one is the best practice we are supposed to do. This one, you don't need to skip it if you're into hair care journey. Always moisturize your scalp and hair before installing the style. Before going to the salon or installing any hairstyle of your choice, make sure you moisturize your scalp properly. I don't mean excessively, but moisturize your scalp. Remember, using of creams when it comes to natural hair, make sure you go for a water-based moisturizing cream, not oil-based. Those greasy ones, that at least those ones are not hair cream I recommend for any natural girl that is going for a that is going into a natural hair care journey. So make sure you make use of a water-based moisturizing cream. Don't keep styles too long. It causes hair breakage. The maximum period of time you need to keep your hair is 2 to 6 weeks. That is a month and 2 weeks. That's the highest. If it exceeds that, it will cause you losing your hair. So the next one is cleanse and oil your scalp while the style is on. Some of us don't know that you can actually oil your scalp when you're having those braids on. Applying oil to it helps it and keeps it shiny and healthy. And it also protects it from breakage as well. So cleanse and oil your scalp. Avoid styles that pulls on the edges, like I mentioned earlier. Avoid tight braids. Night routines. The night care is essential for keeping your hair moisturized, protected, and frizz free. So key night care tips are using a satin and silk bonnet scalp to reduce friction and retain moisture. The second one is if you sleep on a cotton pillow, switch to a satin pillowcase. It's very advisable. Remoisturize or seal your hair lightly before bed if it feels dried. If your hair feels dried, remoisturize it, okay? Because the atmosphere must have dried it up, so you need to do what? Remoisturize it. Don't just apply your cream and just assume that it's all. If you feel like your hair is dry, remoisturize it because it will help it and keep it moisturized for the whole day and help it not to break. Remember, if if your hair is dried, it can easily break. That is why we keep on basing on this moisturizing. So always moisturize your hair to protect it from breakage. Okay, avoid sleeping with your hair out. All right, so we'll go on with the hair growth and scalp care. The do's and don'ts of hair care journey. If you notice from the beginning of this class till now, we'll be mentioning moisturize regular. That is because this is the core thing you need to do if you're into this journey. Always moisturize your hair with water-based product, like I said, and sealing with natural oils. Natural oils are very necessary If you're in the last class, you notice that I talked about natural oils. So these oils helps to seal in moisture. Oils, remember, there is one mistake people make. Oils don't add moisture to your hair. They do what? They seal in moisture. What adds moisture to your hair is your hair cream, and it should be a water-based hair cream, and your conditioner or your protein treatment. But oil does not act as a moisturizer. That is the one mistake that I see most of the time. The only thing it does is it helps treat and protect the scalp and the hair. So if you apply your hair cream, make sure you use a natural oil to do what? To seal in the moisture so that the moisture doesn't go off easily. So we continue with it. The next thing is massage your scalp. We talked about that. Protect your hair at night. Trim splitted ends every 6 to 8 weeks to prevent breakage. You know those tangled edges of your hair, the tangled tips on your hair. You need to trim that off, because if you don't trim it off, it will go back and tangle with another one and another one. And when you're trying to comb your hair, it pulls out your hair, which also leads to excess breakage. So always trim your hair at the appropriate time. Then eat healthy and stay hydrated. Very important. Use natural oils like coconut oil, avocado, and infused hair growth oil. And then be consistent with your routine. So whatever routine you're going into, make sure you're consistent. Don't do it today, tomorrow, and be like, I am not doing again, or you postpone it to the next 1 or 2 months. You're not going to get results. The only time you will get your result is when you are consistent. It might not take you a whole day, it might not take you a whole week. All you have to do is just to create a pattern or create time for it, and stick to it and be consistent. If you say you're going to be washing your hair this day, make sure you keep up with it. If you say you're going to be you'll be doing your protein treatment on a particular day, keep up to it, do it and be consistent with it, so you will do what you get a good result. So the do's and don'ts is just like an opposite of the do. The don't is more like the opposite of the do. So don't use a tight hairstyle, don't use a tight hairstyle that stresses your scalp. Then don't apply too many products so it doesn't cause build-ups. Okay. Then don't neglect your scalp. A dirty scalp leads to poor growth. So always learn to cleanse your scalp. Okay. Don't overbrush or manipulate your hair daily. Over manipulation also causes hair breakage. Don't rely on heat tools regular. Most of us rely on dryer to always dry our hair. Do you know it's safer drying your hair with your towel and letting the atmosphere dry your hair naturally than using your hand dryer or the salon made dryer, because that heat is not necessary, is not healthy for your scalp and the root of your hair. So don't rely on it regularly. You can do that, but don't do it more often, because if you don't want to weaken your hair, don't do that more often. Then also, do not expect overnight results. This one is the main thing. Most of us go into this journey and grow expect our hair to grow overnight. It's a process. Growing of hair, it's a process. You don't go and drag it out of your follicles. You have to take your time and work with it. So don't expect it to grow overnight. Growth is a journey, not a race. Okay, just know it. Growth is a journey and not a race. So most of us will be being asking, what natural oil can I use for my hair? Okay, first of all, sealing moisture. What natural oil can do? What can natural oil do to your hair? Mm-hmm. Like I said earlier, it seals in what? Moisture. They don't add moisture, remember. You just keep it retained. It retains the moisture. And before the moisture can be retained, you have to apply the moisture, which is the hair cream, okay, or your conditioner. Then you seal it in with your what natural oil. Then we have it nourishes the scalp. The ingredients used in making natural oils are very healthy and they are natural. If you get the right product, so it nourishes the scalp. Okay, then it reduce breakage. So when you seal in your scalp or your hair with a natural oil, it reduces the breakage and adds shine to your hair. So soothe inflammation and dandruff. Some oils like turmeric or tea tree oil help to soothe inflammations and dandruff. What natural oils cannot do, they don't cleanse your scalp or hair. So what you need to cleanse your scalp is your shampoo or your clarifying wash. They don't moisturize at all. Okay, water-based leave-in and plain water is needed first. Okay, they don't repair deep damage on your hair. Protein treatment and deep conditioners help hair. Okay, to repair damage, I repeat, to repair damage on your hair or your scalp, you just have to use your protein treatment. And like I said, today I'm going to send the link to where you can get different types of protein treatment and how you can make it yourself at home. Okay, so at the end of the class, I'm going to send it. It's then the last one is they cannot replace balanced nutrition, stress management or hormones that affect growth. So the things that are most of the things that affect growth that we don't really notice is stress or hormonal imbalance, okay, or malnutrition. These three things are also another these are the factors also that contribute to um unhealthy hair. So to work with you to help yourself, if you find yourself stressed out, you have to manage your stress, your hormonal imbalance, you have to treat it, and malnutrition, you have to feed properly and hydrate yourself to achieve a healthy hair. What a full hair care routine should be. The first one is cleanser, which is your shampoo or herbal wash to remove dirt and build up. So everybody that is into a natural care journey, you need to get a cleanser. The second is a moisturizer, which is water or water-based leave-in spray cream or cream. Then oil slash butter to seal in moisture and protect the hair shaft. Then deep conditioner, protein or moisture based mask weekly or bi-weekly. Then scalp care, exfoliation, exfoliation. I will have to come up with another video on exfoliation to elaborate more on exfoliation and the exfoliation products we need for our hair. Then we talk about massage and oil, so scalp care. Then protective styles and night care is also important. Then diet and hydration. This is a summary of what we've discussed today. These seven things are items are what we need for a hair care routine. And remember we said for you to achieve a very beautiful, healthy, long hair, you need to follow this routine and be consistent with it. Then the last thing is hair love talk. Final words. This is meant for everybody that is here at the end of this class. You just need to know that beautiful hair isn't built overnight. It is built with love, care, and patience. So oils allow oils alone won't grow your hair. I tell people a lot. I sell natural oils and I don't advise you to just rely on oil. You need to combine them with your cleanser, your moisturizer, and a healthy habit and protective care. So If you want to grow your hair, don't just rely on oils. Whoever that tells you that oil is the only thing you need to grow your hair, it's not telling you the gospel truth. You have to get a cleanser, a conditioner, a moisturizing hair cream, then the oil, and what your healthy habits of being consistent and also protective care. You can create the perfect environment for growth. Treat your hair like a garden. If the only thing you can take out of this class is they just take if the only thing you can remember in this class, if there's anything you can remember in this class, sorry, treat your hair like a garden. Water it with moisture, feed it with good oils and nutrients, then protect it with soft hand and safe styles. Be patient while it blooms. No matter how your hair currently no matter how your hair's current state, being thick, breaking or thriving, it deserves kindness and consistency. Okay, love your hair enough to care for it the right way. Okay, it will love you back. So please, if you this is the end of the class, but before I go, I need you all to just know that the way my hair grows out of my hair might not be the way your own hair grows out of your hair. So it's your hair, it's my hair, it's our hair. You just need to treat it the right way. And these are the steps you need to take. Don't just rely on oils, don't just rely on products. You also need to cultivate the habit yourself. So, with all this being said, I'm sure you've gotten the few knowledge you need for your hair care. And please subscribe to this channel, I beg you, so that whenever a video drops, you can get the notification and follow up. And if you have any questions to ask about the class, feel free to do that. I am here for you. See you next time. I love you all. Bye.